Have you ever just walked around your city and thought, this could be better? Healthier, maybe? Well, today we're going to dig into the science-backed blueprint for exactly that. How to create cities that aren't just sustainable, but are actually vibrant places to live. Let's get into it. So many of us live in cities. They're these incredible hubs of energy and opportunity, right? But let's be honest, they can also take a toll on our health, on our stress levels. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. What if the very design of our cities could actually make us feel better?
And this, right here, lays it all out. On one side, you have the urban challenge, so many of us know. The pollution, the traffic, the constant stress. But on the other side, that's the promise of a green city. We're talking about a total redesign for health, for resilience, for genuine vibrancy. And the best part? Science gives us a clear roadmap to get there. All right, so where do we even begin? Well, let's start with the first pillar, smarter ways to move. How we get from point A to point B is one of the most powerful levers for change a city has. It's really the foundation for everything else.
And this, right here, this is the absolute cornerstone. When you look at all the urban policy research, it is crystal clear. One of the single most impactful things a city can do is help people shift from their private cars to efficient public transit. It's a game changer.
And you can see this amazing ripple effect, right? It's not just one thing. Yeah, it starts with cleaner air and lower emissions, which is massive, but then that leads to less traffic, which makes the whole city more livable. It even nudges people toward other green habits, and maybe most importantly, it boosts social inclusion, giving everyone access to jobs and services, not just those who can afford a car.
Okay, so public transit is huge, for sure, but it's not the only piece of the puzzle. Our own 2 feet, or our own 2 wheels, are just as vital. And this is where the benefits start to get really personal.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because it's not just about engineering, it's about psychology. This quote from a study basically says that we are way more likely to hop on a bike if the ride is beautiful and green. It proves it's not enough to just paint a bike lane on the pavement. You have to create an experience people actually want to have. This is where smart infrastructure has to meet nature. And look at the rewards. I mean, for the planet, it's a no-brainer, basically zero emissions. But for us, it's just as big a deal. We're talking about better heart health, lower obesity rates, and a real, measurable boost to our mental well-being. It is such a clear win-win.
And that idea of making our cities more inviting and more human, well, that's the perfect lead-in to our second pillar, breathing life into cities. This is all about seeing nature, not as some nice-to-have luxury, but as essential infrastructure, kind of like a city's best medicine.
So, what's one of the biggest problems nature solves in a city? Well, it's something called the urban heat island effect. You've probably felt it. It's why cities can feel like an oven in the summer. All that concrete and asphalt just soaks up and radiates heat, driving temperatures and health risks way up. And guess what? Greenery is our best weapon against it.
And this is so important to get. Green spaces are not just pretty extras. They are hardcore, high-performance infrastructure. They're actively filtering pollutants from the air, they're providing shade that fights that heat island effect, and they're even creating these vital corridors for birds and pollinators, boosting biodiversity right in our backyards.
But it gets even deeper than that. The environmental stuff is huge, obviously, but the impact of nature on our mental and social health, well, the evidence for that is just overwhelming. It's a whole other level.
And if you're a data person, check this out. This chart shows it plain as day. There's this clear, scientifically backed link between having access to green space and having better mental health. We're talking about reduced stress, improved moods, and even stronger community bonds. People connect in parks. It turns out these spaces are absolutely essential for a healthy city.
Okay, so we've got smart ways to move, and we've got nature woven into the city. But there's a third piece of the puzzle, and honestly, it might be the most important one. And that's you. It's us. All the best laid plans in the world don't mean a thing without active, engaged citizens. And this is where we all have a role to play. It can be as simple as choosing to walk or take the bus a few more times a week, or maybe it's about joining a local cleanup or supporting a community garden. But it's also about using our voices, advocating for those bike lanes and parks at City Hall. Every single action builds that culture of sustainability.
So when you put it all together, this is what you get. It really is a simple equation. You need the smart infrastructure for mobility, you need nature woven into the fabric of the city, and you absolutely need engaged citizens, that's you, pushing for and participating in the change. You get all three of those working together, and that's when you have a truly green city.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question.
Just take a second and think about your own town, your own city. What's the one green choice it needs most right now? Is it a better bus system, safer bike lanes, more parks in your neighborhood? Because just identifying that one critical need, that's the very first step to making it a reality. Thanks for tuning in.